blah. And I'm missing something. While that's coming up, I need the background over here. I'm gonna have to share. Yeah. That's on point. Public domain. Hey, boom. Boom. There. Want to see. I don't see what I want to see. I don't see what I want to see. Let's see, where is my emoticons? Where am I? Boom, 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 boom. Right there. This should be good. Okay, it's there. All right, we're just. I guess it's trying to spin up. Let me share this out on YouTube. Good morning, everybody. Anybody recognize the scene behind me? Anybody recognize the scene behind me? I was thinking about an analogy this morning. The audio is low, but always good to see. Thank you, Eileen. Which audio is low? Is it my big mouth voice? Audio or the music? Sound crew, can we get a sound check? Sound crew, that's y'all, because I ain't got no daggone sound crew. That costs money. Ain't nobody trying to pay to hear me talk about why we shouldn't be on the damn roads we're on. Perception. Oh, I want to play that in the background. Let's listen to Bruce for a minute.
Perception controls biology because how we see life determines our behavior, controls our genes, and can even rewrite the genetic code. You're not a victim of your genetics, but you are responsible for what unfolds in your life. What you believe creates your life on the inside and on the outside. I will show you where you got your beliefs from, and I will explain why it's very difficult to change your beliefs even when you talk to yourself. It doesn't work. I will give you the neurological reason why it is difficult, and then I will show you how easy it can be to change a belief. Perception controls life. No two people see the world in the same way. They have different perceptions. But let's do a perception test. I will show you two surface areas that are not regular. You must, with your mind, see which is bigger. Which has more surface area, Europe or South America? Calculate in your head the surface.
Which is bigger?
The answer is South America is 2 times larger than Europe. This is the Mercator map. It was made by Germans. Where did they put Germany? Deutschland is in the dead center. Isn't the equator the dead center? This map is wrong. You want to see the correct map? It's called the Peters projection map. Which is larger, South America or Europe?
Which is bigger?
The point
size matters.
Is that you learn perceptions. And sometimes your perceptions can be right, and sometimes your perceptions can be wrong.
Sometimes your perceptions can be right, and sometimes your perceptions can be wrong. Does anybody recognize behind perception is everything? I got in trouble this morning. Ty told me I was gaslighting. Hell yeah, I gaslight all the time. Hell yeah. You kidding me? We on gaslight planet. Gaslight percent, because people got the wrong perception. You're supposed to gaslight. But you know the thing about gaslighting, no one agrees on a definition. You'll find a bunch of different definitions. I think gaslighting is a tool. Tool, baby, tool. Everything is a tool. Technology is a tool. Your intellect is a tool. This movie is a tool, and nobody still knows the name of the damn movie. What y'all got, lives or something? I act like y'all got lives. I see y'all all over social media. Y'all ain't got no lives. What movie is this? Everything's a tool. I use movies as a tool. I use this as a tool. I use everything as a tool. The question, capitalism is a tool. Socialism is a tool. Everything is a tool. The question of the day is, what are you doing with the tools that you have? What road are you on? Does anybody know the name of this movie? Oh man, we may not even start. Y'all, we ain't got nobody know the name of this movie. Y'all all got lives? Everybody here? Everybody got a life. Everybody here got a life but me. I'm the only one who knows the name of the daggone movie. Are y'all kidding me? And don't be out there searching. Don't Google it. Don't be out there on Google. Y'all see Google was down the other day? Everybody was upset. I missed it. I didn't know. I do have a life sometimes. I didn't know Google was down. Google was down. Good morning. All right, we don't know the name of the movie. Ah, man, goodness gracious. What am I doing, y'all? Y'all don't even know the name of the movie. Come on, you guys. It was a book. It was a book. Nobody knows the name of the movie. It's called The Road. The Road, baby. These were the cannibals out after the children. See, they like to eat people. It was the end of the world, apocalypse movie. I love apocalypse movies, and I try to figure out, why do I like apocalypse movies so much? Well, they're happier than today. They're happier than today. Today sucks, y'all. It sucks. It's a dark age, legalized dark age. I love struggle movies, like real struggles, not the struggles from today, but real struggles, right? Struggles, because hard time brings a family together, right? Apocalypses, it changes your perception probably back to what it should be. So the question is, what road are you on? This is a movie about a father, a son, and a mama. Oh, this is gonna be a spoiler. It's gonna be a spoiler. So I don't know. I thought y'all watched the movie. I assume nobody had a life like me, but I guess y'all got lives. Y'all don't watch movies. Don't read books. Somebody read the book. I say it that way, then maybe they'll chime in. How do I say it without a spoiler? All right, so you're not gonna get what I'm saying unless I go into it. So I'm gonna go into find a trailer. Let's see if we can find the Road trailer. Oh my goodness, y'all, I don't know what I'm doing. How we gonna move forward? We can't even use tools because y'all out there gardening, growing your own food, getting ready for the apocalypse because you don't want to be on the road. What road are you on now? I think your perception determines what road you're on. And why I got in trouble for gaslighting? Because I'm on the kids road. I am on the road that says the children are the future. Y'all ever heard that song? Every species on the planet, it prioritizes the next generation. So yeah, I use emotion. Any chance I get, I'll use any tool I can to prevent the direction of where this planet's going. I'll use every tool to get us to focus on the next generation. If you're making things better for the next generation, you might have some sentience. So I'll use any tool I can. I don't think I totally gaslight, because gaslight has a nefarious side of it, like you're withholding information. I just try to give people a different perspective, different perception, right? You know, I kind of lean real hard to trying to get people who are fighting for the hood, fighting in the ghetto to help out poor kids, what it's like to be a poor kid in a rural area, poor kid in a trailer park. And I try to get the people in the other areas who fighting for the people in the trailer parks in the rural areas to try to perceive what it's like to be a kid in a ghetto with a burial. And we all have the same things in common. We just don't have the same perception, right? So life doesn't put us on the same road. Like in that example where the Germans, and the center of the earth is Germany. So Germany obviously is bigger than everything else because they perceive it to be big because the earth is round and that's how it looks. But in reality, Latin America is bigger than Germany, or bigger than Europe anyway. Perception. Yoga. What is yoga? We're hitting on a lot of things. I'm gonna show you a trailer for The Road so you get like a good feel of what I'm talking about, the road we're on. But it was about a kid. The whole movie was about a kid. In reality, it was a movie. It was an analogy that had a great many good points in it. So I don't want to spoil it for you. But it was about prioritizing the next generation over self. Like the default thing that good uncles have, good aunts have, good grandparents have, good parents have. They're always prioritizing the next generation over what they got to deal with. And they're willing to endure trials of the day to solve problems, to make sure that the next generation don't have to solve the problems they refuse to. That's what the movie was about. Let me see if I can find a trailer. And then I'm gonna ask you, what is yoga? What is yoga? Come to find out, in which I've done yoga, but I didn't do like yoga. I did yoga, modern yoga. What is yoga? Because we actually do yoga every day. Every day, right here, we're doing yoga right now. You don't know it, but you're doing yoga. I know it's not the downward dog, but you're doing yoga. Well, you might be. But yoga, the word, means to embrace the one. Right? The word yoga means to come together, a total sensing of all things, all energy. And you have different tools that you can use to in-tune you to that. It can be poses, upward dog, warrior pose, it can be all those things. But yoga isn't the posing, because now they got, what is that called? Super X yoga? What the hell is that called? Triple X yoga? That's not yoga. That's a mix between pornography and athletics. And it might lead you to the one, but you're sweating and it's aggressive and your muscles hurt and beads of sweat. That's not 90PX. What is that called? P12, 27, X yoga. That's not yoga. Yoga is actually sensing the one, right? It's that understanding that we are a one. It's that accepting that we need to accept the sensing from outside of our skin, right? It's that not being on your birth road, but being on a one road. All right, I'm gonna show you the trailer real quick, because I think it all fits together. So that's what yoga is. Yoga isn't a pose. Yoga is a state of mind. It's a lifestyle. Accepting that you are that poor black kid in the ghetto. Accepting that you are that poor white kid in the trailer park. Accepting you are that poor kid walking here from Honduras. Accepting that you are that kid born in Israel. Accepting that you are that kid born in Palestine, right? Accepting and sensing all and trying to have a total perspective of everything so you can actually solve problems and not join in the game. Yoga, in that definition, is essential. It's anti-identity. Yoga is total sensing, therefore it's anti-division and identity. All right, let me show you the trailer. That's what yoga is. It's not a pose. It's not a pose. Never been a pose. You got tools to help people to sense, because we live in a mentally ill manufacturing society, but yoga is actually anti-identity. That's why I can't do identities. That's why I pulled myself out the game. I have no interest in your game. I have no interest in your elites gaming me. I'm tired of being played. I'm done with it. I'm off of all your little bigoted roads. All right, let me show you this. I want to show you this, because if you don't get like a sense of what the road is like, it was probably one of the greatest perspectives I've seen of what the future of America looks like, the future of the world, because we are heading in the third world direction, because the elites got money to make. Watch this.
I told the boy, when you dream about bad things happening, it shows you're still fighting. It's when you start to dream about good things, you should start to worry.
How many people do you think are still alive?
In the world? Not very many. It is cold and growing colder as the world slowly dies. No animals have survived, and all the crops are long gone.
I won't survive another winter here.
We gotta keep moving. Head south to the coast. The roads are peopled by gangs looking for food.
That boy looks hungry.
You look at him again, I'll shoot you in the head.
I don't think you killed a man in your life.
They're gonna catch up with us. And they're going to kill us.
I told you I would do whatever it takes.
Like what?
I'll kill anyone who touches you, because that's my job. It's like it used to be when the sun came out.
Keep him warm and you go south.
All right, not gonna show anymore. Bottom line, bad times. Not good times, bad times. That's what always happens because it's profitable to have bad times. Unfortunately, we're heading in that direction full steam ahead. But the whole point of the movie was this guy, the next generation. The whole point of the guy. I know some of y'all mad at me. I know you're mad at me, and I love you. I love you, but you're mad at me because of a statement I made. I'm gonna make it again, so you can get like these angry faces. You can get madder. I'm not here for the adults. I'm not. I'm sorry. I know you want me to be, but I'm not. I'm not here for the adults. I'm not. I love y'all, but I'm not here for you. I'm here for the children. I'm here for the next generation. I'm as sentient as a grizzly bear. I want to prioritize the next generation. If we don't make things better for them, we die. And in that way, I'm here for you. I'm here for your species. I'm here for the human race and the planet. And you can't have a human race without a planet. You can't have a human race without an ecosystem. And so if we don't constantly get better, we die. And in that way, I'm here for you. So I'm all here for the kids. The adults, we're too much a part of this thing. We got too many options. Adults got too many options. Now, some adults just, in really, really horrible situations, and they got very few. But most adults got some kind of options. If you're 5, you got 0. 0. So I'm all about the kids, and I will use every tool in my disposal to make sure the next generation of my species is doing better than this generation. I always will. Always will. Don't make me change my icon to the kids in Yemen. I will do it. I will do it. I will do it. I'll do it again. I did it before. I did it again. I did it before. I lost a whole bunch of friends. I do it again. I'm okay with that. I'm here for the children. If we don't prioritize the next generation, we're done. We got to stop prioritizing self. You know why? Because adults are self. That's a self. That's a group. Kids, when I say kids, that's not a group. That's the future. That didn't even happen yet. That's in the future. They're kids. They're not even human beings yet. They don't have fully formed frontal lobes. And so I'll use every tool at my disposal to make sure we get on the right road, because this road leads to death and destruction. Absolutely. This is a bad thing. You know who these guys are in the movie? You'll see them in the movie if you haven't. Oh, good. Somebody watched it. Who is that? Christine or Rebecca? Somebody said there. These are the cannibals in the movie. You know what they're looking for? They're looking for children to eat. They're looking for human beings to eat. You know why? Because people who can't grow tomatoes eat human feet. That's just what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. And I think that's a bad idea. I don't think there should be roaming bands of central banks cannibalizing the next generation. I don't think there should be roaming bands of Democrats and Republicans cannibalizing the next generation. Do you see that analogy? The whole movie is an analogy. We are either prioritizing the next generation or we're not. And I can't really say too much in the movie because I give too much away. You need to watch it. I don't watch movies for that's a lie. I do watch movies for the entertainment factor. Sometimes I need to forget this little crazy psychopathic world where 60% of the women in my country are on antidepressants just to get up in the damn morning. And they're the ones carrying the babies. And we know that the babies are formed in the womb. We know that the genes are being selected in the womb for who they shall become. Okay? That's the truth. I don't want to get into your whole abortion, ignorant discussions. I have no time for that. Babies are being formed in the womb. The genes are being selected for who they will become based on the stresses the mother faces. And if 60% of the mothers are taking antidepressants, what kind of children do you think we're making? What kind of world in the future are we making? We're making a future full of cannibals. That's what we're doing. We're flipping those warrior genes and making sure those kids come out ready to fight. Aggressive crony capitalists. Survival of the fittest, the strongest survive, and the weak die. Okay? So I always prioritize the next generation. I always will. I always will. That's what I say when I say kids. I'm not saying necessarily the kids of the day. It's a whole group. It's the future. You are a kid in that manner. And you were a kid. You see what I'm saying? Say I use every single tool. I will shame people to death for the people they bombed to death. The kids they bombed to death. I will shame people to death for the abuse that they do starving 4-year-olds in Yemen. I will always do that because I'm not here for me. I'm not here for the blacks. And I'm not here for the whites. And I'm not here for the America. I'm not here. I'm on a road. Let me show you this picture. Go back to it. This is the road that I'm on. I'm on the road from this movie. I'm on the road that I'm willing to sacrifice myself. I'm willing to sacrifice my generation if it makes a better future. Because that's what any sentient species would do. Okay? That's where I'm coming from. Elderly, abused, suffering children, mentally ill, outcasts. Yes, take care of them all. Absolutely take care of them all, Lori. But I always prioritize the next generation. I always prioritize. I mean, I don't ever turn anybody away. But prioritize the next generation, because if we put too much energy in taking care of people today, there is no tomorrow. And if there is no tomorrow, then what's the point of taking care of people today? You see what I'm saying? And this is how you know, like, a government is there for you, right? They have sentient concepts like that, where they're making sure that there is a tomorrow. If there is no tomorrow, what's the point in today? None. That's where I'm coming from. Cannabis says, no, cannibals say most humans are too salty. I know, Eileen, it's because they eat genetically modified foods and pesticides and chemicals. It salts the flesh, right? Plus they eat too much damn salt and sugar too. But everything is a cannibal in this world right now. The children, it's like that Will Smith movie. How's that movie go? Kata. This is Earth. Everything on Earth has evolved to kill humans. And what not on Earth right now is evolving to kill humans. All the systems are. All the Democrats, the Republicans, the parties, the governments, Russia, China, America, all the systems, the banks, the big corporations, they're all evolving to thrive on the cannibalism of somebody somewhere, on some land that they want, with some money in the bank account that they want, with some stocks they want to make more on. They're all cannibals. And so I'm in it for the species and the planet. I'm not in it for the systems and the cannibals. We got to be on that road. It means you got to sacrifice yourself sometimes. It means sometimes you might have to use some means that are a little emotion, right? Because that's how you move humans, emotion. When they see pictures and they see the bellies popping of these children in Africa and Latin America, that's what changes them. You know, when you take people who grew up in certain communities and show them the poor in another community and realize, I had no idea. And it's emotion. You know, but the cool thing about that is you're just giving information. You're just showing a picture, you're just giving data. You're not forcing them like a society. You're not forcing them to go out and get a job and be in conflict with other people. You are giving them information, and if they have the ability to sense, like yoga, the one, that the children are the future, that they are those people who are under the caves in New York City, they are the people being bombed in Afghanistan, they are the people strung out on heroin, it changes them, right? And so that's what we need. We need to speak to the sentient people. We need to create more sentient people. We need more yoga as a lifestyle, not a way for sweating out the fat. You can sweat out the fat. There's nothing wrong with that. Yoga's, you know, you have yoga poses as a tool, P90X, but you need yoga as a lifestyle. Total sensing everything, sensing all, knowing you by loving the next generation most, prioritizing the future, that you are loving the elderly in that way. Let me see. That's not what kid means. You're trying to backpedal. Lots of laughter, but that's okay. I know it's okay. Ty's my damn broadcast. we have a talk about it if you want. But that's when I say kid, I'm translating. Cause what is language anyway? I'm a backpedal a little more. You know, what is language anyway? I like the way Sag Guru says it. Language is a conspiracy between two people. All right? You're making grunts and noises and blah, 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 blah. And as a child, you're starting to learn, what does that mean? Oh, that means giraffe. Okay. And after a while, you picture a giraffe when somebody grunts, blah, 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 right? So when I say kids, I'm always talking about the future. Just clarifying. I'm always talking about the future. I'm not talking about one kid. I'm not talking about my kids. I'm not talking about American kids. I'm not talking about North American kids. I'm talking about the future of the human race. I let my kids know the government wants the what, Hillary? You didn't finish the sentence. I let my kids know the government wants the something. All right, we'll keep going. Hillary, you got to end the sentence. I know I'm not going to correct your grammar, but you're missing a word. You're missing a word, sis. I'm here for the children, says Courtney. Yes, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here for sacrificing the current generation because we live really, really well on the current problems, and they're more important than what we are. That's what I believe. We lived it good, and I think the kids should have a chance to live it a little even better. Sacrificing your generation means no one raises your children. Try again. Sacrificing your generation means no, not sacrifice as in everybody died. Ty, come on. You know what I'm talking about. In terms of we have to step up. We have to walk away. We have to do what's right. We have to sense everything and everybody and make good decisions, walking away from manufactured consent. We have to make good decisions and not joining the group of cannibals, right? Cannibalism is a bad idea. Thriving, using force off of the hurt of other people, that has to go away. Let's see. I am not here for me. I'm here for every child. It is their world, not ours. Yes, thank you. Catherine's singing for y'all. She believes children are our future. Oh, was this NASA? Oh, NASA Live. I got a pop up, sorry. I follow NASA. I think it's important. They lie too much, but I follow them. They're live, but don't worry. When the aliens fly by, they're going to turn off the live camera. Or when the Deep State's Space Force flies by. Right. And it's their world, Catherine. Like, I think that's our only purpose here. That's the only road that I'm on. I'm on the road to do some sort of whatever I can to push things forward, right? Like, I'm not here for me. I'm not here to stuff money in a bank account and buy all these houses and cars and things that I can't take with me. I really don't care anything about that. Like, I don't have an ego for it. I used to, though. I will tell you that, Catherine. I used to have a big ego for that stuff. I used to be here for me, girl. I was here for, I ain't kidding about you. I was here for me. I was in corporate America, make as much money as I can and shove it in a bank account to live good. And finally, I realized that that wasn't the way. That's not what I'm here for. That I was put on that road at birth. I was put on a road being in conflict with other people so I can have more. And it is a game. It's an identity reality show of giving people identities to keep them in struggle with other identities so the elites can take it all. And I think that's a mistake because the elite aren't the elite. They're just the tricky. They're the sneaky. They're the deceitful. They're the ones who withhold information to keep people on roads that end in the destruction of the next generation. As you should, because they are defenseless. Thank you, Courtney. And that's the whole point. That's why we have to be in defense mostly of those who cannot defend themselves, right? We have to use our voices most for those who have no voices, because that's the only way you have a universal sensing, right? We can't sense 5-year-olds in caves in Africa getting everybody's coltan for their cell phones. So we have to kind of speak for them to kind of equal the playing field a little bit more. So there are universal languages, right? The 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds can't speak for themselves, and they can't say, don't stick me with that vaccine. They can't say that. We have to. We have to question the use of everything against them. We have to question all of it. And that's the only way you have something that's equal, right? We are a one. Yoga, we are one, but not everybody has an equal voice. So we have to speak for the voiceless. All right. Oh, somebody talking about Greta. You talking about Greta Van Susteren? I don't even know who she is or what she says, but that's the only Greta I know. I don't know. There's Hansel and Greta. No, that's Hansel and Gretel. That's different. Kids have no future. Giving birth now is an act of cruelty. Take care of the ones already here. You know, Catherine, I won't go that far, but I will say that if I were young and I know the things that I know now, and I was thinking about getting married, having babies now, I wouldn't do it. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it because I'm not interested in having a cog for corporate cannibalism, right? I'm not interested. If I could have free kids, I'd have free kids. You know, it doesn't mean I regret having kids. I absolutely don't regret having kids. You know, my kids are pretty much the only reason I am who I am. If it weren't for them, I don't know what I'd be. I'd be some kind of a bastard. But no, I don't think I would. I don't don't like the idea of having children into slavery. And we are being enslaved. But somebody has to. So I'm not telling anybody not to have kids. Somebody has to. We have to raise a next generation that's powerful, that's yoga, that's sensing universally. And there has to be people who can do that, who don't have to, who can support that, who do not have children. And that has to be grandparents, got to be some uncles, got to be some aunts, got to be some people who don't want to have kids. Because kids are the way you control people. Right? That's why you have a child trafficking business formulated as a department in government. Because they will take your children if you don't do as the state requires. Isn't that what that bastard said? Damn Joe Biden. Oh my goodness, what he said yesterday. We will teach the black, he didn't say that, but we will teach the poor how to raise their kids by sending 23-year-old social workers into their houses who've never had kids in their life, who only babysitted for a few hours when they were 16, to tell them how to raise their children, right? And so those parents can't speak up. That's part of how I got involved in activism, Catherine. It was with children's rights, right? And those parents can't really speak up because they will take their children. They'll take your kids on concept. They'll take your kids for bills you don't pay. They'll take your kids for almost anything. Control. And so not everybody can have them. But if you feel so inclined, please do so. Please do so. And that's what they're doing in California, right? Because they got that bill where now they're going to start taking the kids if the adults aren't vaccinated. Pay attention. All tyrants were children once. See, this is why I do this. This is why I do this. Courtney is just dropping the reality, right? Because all the tyrants, all the people you hate, all the people you're struggling against, all the people that you want to put in prison to keep you safe, they were all children once. They had no choice in this. They were born here. The genes were flipped for who they should become, and they became that person. The society put them on a certain role, and they ended up becoming someone that murdered millions, perhaps, like the disaster in Nanking. And so we're either working on tyrant prevention or continue to create more tyrants. That's why the children are the future. They're completely the future, and the majority of our resources should be going into them, which means it goes into their creators. It goes into their societies. And all society benefits from that. That's my perspective. Weird discussion today. Let's go back to ancient technology. Well, Ivana, we can't do ancient technology if we don't have a next generation. The technology will be real ancient. You know, the next generation will be in 1 million years, and when the planet flips and comes back and can support life again. If we are responsible, healthy, functioning adults, the kids will automatically be taken care of. Exactly, Susan. All right, y'all getting it. So let's move on. I don't want to spend time on that. Let me see. Forgiveness is part of prevention, dear. Absolutely, which is why you got to forgive everybody. You got to forgive everybody. Everybody's in everybody, right? If you're practicing yoga, you're forgiving everybody because you are everybody. You are a part of the one, and you do understand that like how we started off with Bruce Lipton, that perceptions are created and they're given to people at birth. All right, I do kind of want to peek at the news, but this was a great movie. Hopefully y'all take a peek and gander at it. A lot of good analogies in that movie. We just welcomed our first grandchild the other day. I cannot imagine what kind of world she will face, joyous and sobering. Yeah, Sharon, which is why we're in it. And congratulations is such a beautiful thing. We have to make sure that by the time that baby is of age, he or she has a world that they can be free in, that she or he can become who they want to become, not who they're forced to become through conflict and currency systems and identity struggles, you know, and that's what a grandparent does. To me, that's what I think. Mistreated children have a higher chance of becoming a criminal. We can't change the world till we change how we treat children. Thank you. All right, everybody thinks pretty much in agreement. Everybody's pretty much in agreement. All right, let's take a look at the news and let's see if we're helping children. Can we do that? That's funny. I used to actually prepare for this stuff. I don't prepare for it no more. All right, let's look at the news. There's always a great example of just what the hell not to do. What kind of society not to have. I have not prepared for one of these things, and since I don't know when. I don't even look at it. I just start looking at the news like, oh Lord, here we go. But RT is some good news. They actually, every now and then, they'll kind of explain that you can't trust the stuff that's out there. All right, JP Morgan caught manipulating markets. Hashtag, get your shock face and put it on. JP Morgan. Isn't that the guy that withheld Nikola Tesla's free energy project? Is anybody surprised? Anybody surprised? See, he's caught manipulating markets. He was manipulating, well, it's not him, it's all the crazy bastard, the loved ones that work for him, work for his model of manipulation. No different than Johnny B. Good, Rockefeller. No different, pretty much the same. He manipulated the energy system. This guy named Nikola Tesla had free energy for everybody. He said, oh, hell no, we need to meter it. So we shouldn't be surprised that he's manipulating markets through his business. What, 100 years after he died? When he died? When JP Morgan died? 50 years ago? He's still manipulating markets. We didn't do anything about it, right? We could have put him in prison. We could have been mad at him. We could have done anything we did, but we didn't do anything to change the model, to do a paradigm shift so that you don't have manipulators not practicing yoga, but practicing cronyism. This is the whole point about fighting the power, not the powerful. In that case, we didn't rage against anything, because right now people cheering JP Morgan. That's a great thing. You get a job for JP Morgan, oh, your parents gonna have a party for you. Party! Because it's a good thing to manipulate markets. So we should make kids and give them high educations, get them to go work for the market manipulators. That works out well. I was in a good discussion. We were talking about Wall Street yesterday, which is a black market. Everything's stolen. Is the people in Wall Street have no sensing of the people in bad, poor environments, right? They have no sensing. They don't understand. They just see the stock market, the prices, what they make, the profits, whatever, and they don't understand, or maybe some do, they block it out of their mind because they're on that road, that when they manipulate markets or when they make trades and they earn money, that they're actually taking money from the people at the bottom. And they seem to think they're detached from that, right? They seem to think that on the road they're on, they're detached from making millions and billions of dollars in stocks. And they don't understand that those kids being raised in the homes that you are taking money from in a conflict-based system that is a black market, that everything is stolen, Wall Street, those kids are getting encoded to do what? In the womb. They're getting encoded to come after you or your children and slit their throats. They're getting encoded, okay, to write software to create their own AI robots to murder you. They're created and encoded to survive, to become survivors. And so it always comes back around, and that's the importance of yoga, to understand that we're all connected. Everything you do has a reaction somewhere else. All right, what else we got? Trump in California to absorb the homeless crisis. I almost had to click on that. I have to. You know why? Because homeless are voiceless and too many people step over them. So let's go judge Trump. And while most people in the business class step over the homeless as they go to work. Let's go see what happens. California's important. San Francisco got poop piles.
Do small businesses only ever fail?
Let's see what kind of love we got.
In order to get a new Federa, we had a 3.5 year wait.
Our he might say something important. You gotta pay attention.
President Trump.
That's why I'm gonna say, because the people that support Trump, they get mad at me right now. But don't get mad at me, because I still think that your man is crazy enough to say truthful things every now and then. The slick bastards never do. They're too slick. They're educated in political correctness and poli-sci, and as lawyers not to lie to people. I'm still neutral. Like, I don't want anybody for president because I'm a grown adult. I don't need a leader. But if we're gonna have a president, I want one to say something real every now and then. I want someone crazy enough to say something that's true. I almost want a Biden just to be honest and be like, look, hey, black people, we need to teach you how to raise your kids because y'all have no damn idea what you're doing. Obviously, it's not artificial scarcity. It's not the laws. It's not the over-regulation of everything that keeps you poor that makes your kids more violent in the hoods and the white kids in the trailer parks. But apparently it's because we need to come in and teach you because we had all the money and the silver spoons. We could raise good kids You can't. Every now and then, I like this. I'm okay. Like, I'll be neutral. If Biden or Trump wins, I'm just going to be neutral. I'm going to sit back. Neutral. I'll be upset if anybody else wins. But it doesn't really matter who's president. I think that's the only power of a president, to slip up and say something true on occasion and call Haiti a S-hole, so everybody can realize that it is an S-hole.
Continues the tour of the western United States, moving from a rally in New Mexico to fundraisers up and down the coast of California. RT correspondent Natasha Sweet is live at LAX with more. Natasha?
Yeah, that's right, Michelle. You know, the president landed here roughly...
Wait, isn't Natasha a Russian name? Isn't that Russian? The Democrats here, John like the Democrats. I think that Natasha's a Russian name. This might be some collusion. It say RT and she's Russian, all right? And then you know, they're still after the Russian collusion. It's not over yet. They still think Russia colluding.
An hour ago. And while he's here for fundraising, there is talk that the president will get a first-hand look at the homelessness crisis happening here in Los Angeles. The president is spending a 2-day trip across California. I'm
gonna stop for a second, because if I was the guy leading the guided tour, I would make sure that our president has a first-hand look. I would make sure. And if I could, I'd bring Obama with him, because all the other people, they can't see what's going on. I'd get all the 2020s on the plane if we could. And I'd go out to that app. I'd go out to the marketplace. I'd download the Pooh map. Because you want a first-hand look. Well, you need to see the first-hand. We need to smell the first-hand. I'd go right to the Pooh map, and I'd look for the brownest spot I could find. That's what I want to see. Did his tour guide take him to the brownest spot on the Pooh map in San Francisco? Because that's the real look at the homeless.
He wrapped up a lunch fundraiser in the Bay Area earlier today. And there are 2 other events scheduled for LA and a lunch fundraiser in San Diego tomorrow. Insiders say the trip will add an additional $15 million to his re-election campaign.
Oh, he's going to eat with the homeless, too. He's going to eat with the homeless. That's what you should do. Go to the Pooh map and poo with them. That's the experience. I think American presidents and Congress we should get them all involved. This is why I ain't voting. This is why I ain't voting. Because we don't have Congress and the Senate and everybody in the California government, too, the state. I'm neutral on the states to a degree, because the states are like slaves of the federal government. But I want the whole federal government to go to California, and I want us just all to sit down. And, I'll go with you. Because I'm all about universal sentencing, and I get that you're on that road and you were born that way. I'll go with you. So we're going to do it together. And let's breathe in the Pooh map. We're going to grow. We're going to hit all the hot spots on the Pooh map, the San Francisco Pooh map. And if anybody got to go, that's where we're going to go. I'm with you, too. Hey, I'm all for it. I'll do this for the people. Look, find me a railing or something. I'm gonna make sure I get my Pooh in that spot too. As long as Trump is right here and Obama right there, and we got Biden over here and Ocasio and AOC. As long as we all over here pooing in the spot, then we go eat with the homeless. Go find. Then we could go to LA? Is LA the one that got the people living in the tunnels on the ground like New York? We can go over there and we should spend a night in the tunnel. I'm all for that. I'm all for it. But you know what? The reality is I'll be by my damn self, because you ain't getting one person. You're not going to get one person in Congress, the Senate, the president to live like you people, all right? Because to them it is you people. There's no Democrats and Republicans. It's just you. It's okay for you to live under a tunnel and poo in a pile, but ain't no way in hell they going to do it. You can go out there and help the homeless and step in the poo and eat lunch with them, but they ain't gonna do it. All right, let's keep going. I'll make sure I keep it even. I keep it even. I'm not hitting Trump. I'm not hitting any. I'm just saying we got to model. Because, to a degree, and today, because it's 9/18/2019, I'm defending my government. Damn it, I'm going to defend my government. We get the government we deserve. I'm defending them. The problem is the people. It's not the government.
Last night, the president revisited a hot topic here in the West, the wall. After mentioning it's going up fast, he thanked the president of Mexico for his cooperation.
It's very interesting. I hear everybody screaming, well, we're building the wall, and it's going up, and it's going up fast.
Woo! Yeah! We got the wall. And the wall going to still be there. We're going to be on the road, and we're going to be walking past the wall. In the end, the apocalypse, we're going to be looking at that wall like, damn. And you're going to look down at your kids like, I can't even believe that we thought that was a good idea. I don't know what the hell I was saying. I know. Well, your mama dead, son, so we just want... I try to look forward in the future, and I try to think about the decisions I make now and what in the future is going to feel like to look back and just be like, oh my Lord. Most people who are growing towards sentient today, you're looking back at your life like, oh, I can't believe I ever did that. I try to look forward and think about it. I don't think the wall is important. I think what's important is we stop blowing up people's countries so they don't want to come here. That's what I think is why we still can. Why we still can. Remember, there's solutions for all these things, but the Democrats and Republicans will never mention those solutions.
And if you think that's easy, with the Democrats who control the House, we have to take it back. But if you think it's easy, but we're building a lot of wall. We'll have almost 500 miles of wall built by the end of next year.
Woo!
And it's making a big difference.
500!
Another issue plaguing California is homelessness.
Hold on, I just had a funny thought. So I think what'll happen, I think the Republicans, they're going to build the wall, y'all. They're going to build the wall. 500 miles of it. And you know what's going to happen after that? Then the Democrats going to take back the House or whatever the hell they're taking back, the big house, the plantation house, something like that. And they're going to knock the wall down. This is the world we live in. This is why I laugh at it. And then they're going to have the rallies, knock the wall down, tear down this wall, Mr. Gorbachev, right? And then they're going to be knocking down the wall. And in the 8 years, they're going to be just shoveling, making jobs, people knocking the wall down. If we're still here in another 8 years after the Democrats are out, then the Republicans going to rebuild the wall, rebuild, yay! People going to cheer. Oh, hashtag we all going to die.
There's talk that HUD Secretary Ben Carson will meet the president here to discuss solutions. The president told reporters on the plane the two are hoping to tackle the issue. Utilizing empty federal buildings have also been discussed. Well, in the last 6 years alone, homelessness in Los Angeles County has surged 75%. Here you can see it.
Look at these statistics. Look at this. Unsheltered and sheltered homeless. So unsheltered is beating sheltered. Let me ask you a question. Is the CDC doing their job if mental disease comes from being homeless for 3 months? Do you actually have a Center for Disease Control that's allowing this to occur? That's literally not fighting the #1 causes of diseases. I know I got them yesterday, but do you have a Homeland Security when you got homeless numbers that look like that? Are they securing the homeland? Huh? Are they taking care of the homies? Or are they taking care of the damn self? They're taking care of the Rothschilds, right? We can go through all the departments. Do you have a federal Bureau of Investigations that works for you and they're not investigating why you got 12 companies printing houses and you got a government that's spending billions of dollars sending all the money overseas? Do you have an FBI? Huh? Do you? Are we focused on national security if we're allowing Americans to live in conflict unsecure? Huh? Do you? None of those departments are for you. None of them. Absolutely. They didn't name them well, though. They name them. Do you have social services when they literally got the budget to 3D print a house for everybody in the country? No, you don't. They're not there for you. They're there for conflict. They're there to make money on conflict and not changing anything. And it's not their fault. It's our fault. I'm defending the government today. I'm defending them because you let them do it. And you're happy to let them do it. And you're voting for them to do it more. They need to send that chart through the roof. Why? So the Center for Disease Control can have great retirement. That's why. Pharmaceutical industry can have people to sell all the medication to, the psychotropic drugs. So all the gun makers and bullet makers could have psychotic people to go shoot up schools and stuff. Why? Because us. We don't know any damn better. We're in conflict with each other. We need to be in conflict with a system. All right, I'm defending the government today. All right, it's not Flip It Friday, but damn it, we might do another Flip It Friday because I might need to rant on Friday.
Grew from 32,000 to 55,000, and if you count Pasadena, Long Beach, and Glendale, it's up to nearly 58,000. According to the president's supporters, his unique way of looking at things could help turn things around.
Everything that he's promised the American people. He's the only president that comes and visits the people instead of the elite. And hopefully here in California, he can come and do something about the homeless problem we have all over the state.
Okay, hashtag fake news. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That is not true. Obama went to the ghetto. Now, he starved the ghetto, but he went there, okay? Bernie Sanders, we have pictures of him in the ghetto, too. He went there. Then if you saw his tax returns got released, did y'all see that? Did y'all see his tax returns? Did y'all see Bernie's tax returns? Did y'all see him? Y'all see him? Huh? The elite don't go there. Guess what? Your Sanders is in the 1%. Yeah, he is the elite. Hashtag gotcha. Gotcha. He releases taxes. So all the elite, they go to the get out problem going there. They ain't gonna poo there. They're not gonna eat there. They damn sure ain't gonna sleep there. But all your elite, all the elites and all the cronies with them, they'll all go. And I don't know if they're all elite. I don't know if Obama's elite. He's gonna be soon enough. He's making $500,000 a speech to keep people poor. Hell yeah, that Democrat, you got elite management training, and that's called Democrat and Republican. That's training working for the elite, and every now and then they let a few of them in. Looks like Sanders got in. Now, I've asked you this question. Was Sanders in the elite, in that top 1% that the New York Times said he was, prior to selling out to Hillary? That's a question of the day. I want somebody to answer that for me. I don't know. I don't know the answer. I got a suspicious mind. I don't trust nobody. And I'm just like, you gave up the presidency, you talked all that good stuff, and you just handed it to the war queen. And now you're in the 1%.
I think the man's a genius. He's a genius as far as how to turn around a country. He's done it in less than 2 years, and I'm sure he can do this in the same, probably less time.
He turned it around? Where my Trump people at? Hey, somebody, did I miss something? The country got turned. It's turning. Where? I don't see no turn. Wait, I gotta find a picture. Now. Tell me if I'm wrong. Somebody give me a stat that we done turned around. Did we turn around? We're not heading down the road. We're not heading down this road. There's a lady I must find. What is the name of that damn movie? What's the name of the movie? The name of the movie, I think, is, I don't know, I'm gonna say Psycho in the Car. What's the name of that movie? Where she driving and she got that crazy look on her face? I did a video about it a long time ago. Oh, there she go. I think that's her. Nope, here you go right here. That's it right there. We ain't turning around. We still in this car right here. This car. I ain't seen nothing turning. I'm looking at the stats and we still, homelessness is going up. Childlessness is going up. Automation is going up. Starvation is going up. The education system's still getting worse. Bombs are still falling. We're dropping more bombs. We're sending more soldiers into war. Now, we didn't create any more wars. I give you that. But we didn't stop any wars, okay? So we still in psycho car. We still in the psycho car. We did not turn around. Ain't nothing turn around. But see, he says that, and he's got on the MAGA hat. Let me find her. She got a better face. Hang on. I got to take a pause, because that's not her best face. That's not her best face. Oh, no, I don't have it. Dagnabbit. I was not prepared this morning. I didn't know he was going to say that. But this car has not turned around. The bus driver did not turn it. The bus driver yelling at y'all being little snotty kids on the bus. I'm going to turn this bus around. We did not turn the bus around. Because the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Mellons would have killed him if he did. He's not allowed to turn the bus around. And that's in support of my friend. That's in support of my Trump friends. They're not allowed to turn the bus around. I get people who like Trump, who understand that the bus ain't turnable, that our nation is run by central banking and 100 families. I get them. I don't get the ones that's like, America's great again and we can feel it. And we got like thousands of Americans living in caves under cities and pool maps in San Francisco that nobody can see.
He's a man of vision.
He got a vision. They all got vision.
In a statement, a White House spokesman acknowledged the issue, saying, like many Americans, the president has taken notice of the homelessness crisis, particularly in cities and states where the liberal policies of overregulation, excess taxation, and poor public service delivery are combining to dramatically increase poverty and public health risks.
True statement. But here's the question of the morning. I was thinking about this a minute ago. Regulations are bad, number one. I don't like no regulations. But who's regulating the regulators? You ever think about that? Like they got all these laws and regulations and social engineering and everything they're doing. Is anybody regulating the regulators? Is anybody regulating the federal government? It's supposed to be something called the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, and they don't never follow that. They don't even read it. They can't even find it on the internet. They're probably about to delete it. They can't ever find it. So if you don't have any regulations for the regulators, what's the point? If 1913 was in 1933, they suspended the Constitution. If we don't even have that anymore, ain't nobody regulating regulators. You can set up a black market called Wall Street where they rob and steal from people all over the world and sell it back to us. And you go steal gas and the gas was stolen anyway, and you get to go to jail because you stole the gas because your family didn't have enough jewels. But this is right. But this is a true statement. Who said that? Oh, Judd Deere said that. Judd Deere is in relation to John Deere. That might be. That's spelled the right way, isn't it? John Deere tractors. See, I don't listen to the elites, but this is true. This is probably from the same damn family, billionaire John Deere tractor family, but also White House spokesperson. Okay. I thought Trump might have said that, but this is true. If you had a Center for Disease Control, they'd be fighting the public health risk called the federal government. They'd be fighting it every day. Every day. They'd have the swords out there. They'd be fighting everything they're doing. All their regulation and social engineering, taking the freedom from the next generation.
The spokesman also noted in June the president signed an executive order to confront the barriers surrounding affordable housing. He also said more policies are in the works, and while homelessness has actually worsened under LA Mayor Eric Garcetti's leadership, he claims the lack of federal support is part of the problem. He says for many years the federal government has woefully underfunded our housing safety net, contributing to homelessness. He says the federal government cut HUD funding by 31% from 2016 to 2018, and that only 1 in 4 low-income families who qualify for housing assistance actually receive it. But of course, homelessness is not just happening here in Los Angeles. Rates are soaring up and down the state, especially in the Bay Area. Michelle.
That's RT correspondent Natasha Sweet reporting to us from Los Angeles.
So you haven't heard that we're the ones covering the stories that you won't see covered anywhere else? In Venezuela, Kazakhstan, let's go to Hong Kong. And the media reaction to that has been crickets. How about the way we cover those stories? What the hell does that mean? Wally. That's the key word in this case, uprising.
Say on that.
Watching.
Is you should not have affordable housing. Housing should not be affordable. I disagree. I completely disagree. You should not have affordable housing, because let me ask you this question. Uh-oh, I deleted myself. Nope, we'll come back. Do cockroaches have affordable housing? Bacteria, do they have affordable housing? Fungi, do fungi have affordable housing? Okay? This is why words are important. Affordable. I disagree with that. I disagree. Do cockroaches have affordable housing? Hell no, they move in with you. They have rights. They were born in your house, damn it. They got rights to your house and they live there and they ain't leaving. So when you eat that Indian food, you don't throw it out, they're gonna eat that too. All right, they have free food and they got affordable housing. So how come humans can't have free food and affordable housing? Not free housing. There should be no affordable. Nothing should be afforded. Why is it affordable? That's a slave concept. That's a slavery concept. It's embracing an economic model that shouldn't exist. All right, not even slugs have a currency system and an economic system that they're born into debt to force them to go out and get a job to buy land that they were born on. No, I don't agree with that. That's why I'm out the game. That's why I ain't voting today. Let's see if we find one more other interesting thing where we are not doing anything decent for the next generation. We still have kids being born to homeless people in caves under cities while we send money every damn where else. All right, let's see. Anybody see anything else they like in there? Somebody was talking about NASA a minute ago. I'll go back and see the old comments. Exit polls looking bad for Netanyahu. That's great, but it doesn't really matter because they can replace him. Once again, fight the power, not the powerful. International Air Safety Panel to grill the FAA. Well, federal, what does that stand for? Federal Air Administration or something like that? Do you have a Federal Air Administration when we got like anti-gravity ships flying around? Is anybody administering them? The federal government? Nah, I don't think so. I think if you had an FAA, they'd be like, it's UFOs. They'd be flipping out like the alien people about in 2 days about to run down Air 51. I think if you had a federal aviation administration, they'd be administrating the aviation that nobody's administering. That's what I think. They'd be talking about UFOs and aliens all day. They'd be talking about Space Force and top secret anti-gravitic magnetic devices and stuff. So yeah, that's funny. Bolton's replacement said it's okay to lose 20 million people. Of course it is. They're just people. In nuclear war, absolutely. But I gotta hear him say, that's what I'm saying. If you just fight the powerful and not the power, all they do is replace them. It's just a game. It's a video game. It's like the office of the president. They just swap them in and swap them out, and everyone gets the ego hit, so you can go to the Vinditeeri and joke about it. I don't know if I want to watch that one. Let me see what else we got. Lewandowski grill on the hill turns into mayhem. Mayhem is good. Y'all wanna watch that? Want to watch political mayhem? We can watch that. Y'all wanna watch that? Oil prices plunge after Saudi Arabia recovery. Well, we shouldn't be using oil, so I'm not interested in that. Once again, you got some alien ships or government ships flying around in the air, and they don't have no exhaust. You don't see no chemtrails coming out the back of them. You got them on film. All the Air Forces got pictures of them things, and we need to focus on the anti-gravitic devices. That's what I think, not the damn oil. How UAW strike could ruin General Motors. Well, you shouldn't have a General Motors. You should have General Hovercraft. So not interested in that. And plus, you can't have big corporations on a planet with human beings and children. It's a bad idea. Saudi oil field defenses were out of date. Okay. Well, you shouldn't have no oil field. Air Force veteran. Okay, well, I'm not interested. We're going to have a air defense conversation. I want to know about the air defenses on top of the Pentagon and why a slow-flying 747 can actually hit the Pentagon in a nation that has phalanx systems and laser rifles. That's what I need to know. We're going to talk about air defenses. Let's talk about air defenses, huh? That's the road I'm on. I'm not on this road. I'm not in the conflict road where I was born somewhere and I believe the narratives handed down to me. I got questions. I got a million questions, and I need some answers. Hall of Famers receive Presidential Medal of Freedom. Well, I don't know what that is, but I wish they would give me a Presidential Medal of Freedom. Will y'all nominate me? Can I be on the list? I'm gonna be on the list. Can I be on that list? I wish they would. I'd be like, oh, I'm so honored. I'm gonna get the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Oh, I gotta have a speech. Let me have a speech. Oh, give me that mic. What I would do to actually get on a microphone on national TV, I promise you go ahead and let me get on that mic. Let me have a Presidential Medal of Freedom in a nation that enslaves the world, huh? The tip of the spear for the Rothschilds and Rockefellers and 100 families that's killing the world, making sure nobody has no freedom. Please, Presidential Medal of Freedom. Are you kidding me? Last thing we believe in is freedom. U.S. government sues Snowden amid a book tour. Yeah, and they should. They should. He told everybody they're not about freedom, democracy, liberty, love, children, future, nothing. They're just about destroying the planet, killing people, and stealing what they got. Yeah, they should be mad at him. They should be trying to sue him. And y'all think he's a traitor. So, yeah, he was literally fighting for your next generation. He was fighting for your grandkids, and y'all think he's a traitor. So, yeah, they should sue him. Exit polls show dead heat in the Israel election. Well, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters. I don't think the problem is Israel anyway. I think the problem is the model and the system. And you got one of these Rothschild central bankers that probably grew up in a Jewish church. And so he's fighting for Israel because he didn't read the Torah. He doesn't understand they're not supposed to have land. You're supposed to love people, not help them fight and murder other people and steal their land. And he just didn't read the Torah. So I don't think you can flip all the Netanyahus you want. It's not going to change anything. Assessing the Democratic game plan on impeachment. Yes. Flipping more chairs. That's how you save the world. Flip the chairs. Don't change the system. Watch extreme bikers complete. Oh, this might actually be important for the world. This might be actually be important to something. Extreme bikers completes never before seen trick. This is important. Y'all, is the world paying attention? Hopefully the whole world's watching. This might actually be important.
SUV season is here, so if you're looking to get things done, get a Ford. And if you're looking for the best deal of the season, get a Ford during SUV season. Now get $6,000 cash back.
Okay, that's it. I can't let that commercial play. That's fake news. Yep, they're getting cheaper and cheaper. You ever notice anybody knows how the cars get cheaper and cheaper the monthly? It gets cheaper, it's like, well, what happened to the $600 a month payments, huh? What happened to that? I bet y'all could have sold them $300 a month payments a long time ago, right? They're dropping the price of cars. They should. Let them keep coming down. Nobody should be driving an oil-based car. We need to give up on this nonsense. We need to go back to what our parents did. Drive your car for 10, 15 years, collapse the auto industry. You know why? Because your government says they're too big to fail. So we need to fail them. Fail them. Let them fail. Let them fail. I'm all about let bad ideas fail. What road are you on? I'm not on the oil road. I'm on the bringing into it. We need to bring it into it and move on. Force them to release those 5,000 patents for free energy devices they refuse to release. All right, what we got?
Christakos. Steve, it's time for some extreme biking where we saw new tricks and literally new heights achieved.
Oh my gosh, yeah, this was a very cool extreme sporting event, Manila, and hang on to your helmets because it's about to be a wild ride. World's firsts were set at the Weiler Quarry in Germany with a group of riders handpicked to thrill spectators with amazing stunts. For example, this guy right here, Spaniard Bienvenido Aguado Alba. He landed the first ever tsunami front flip, and it's worth a few looks, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely insane ability, and the crowd approves. But next up was Tom Eisted of Great Britain, and he also accomplished something that's never been done before, launching himself 7.1 meters, or just over 23 feet into the air for the highest hip air ever seen. Dubbed the perfect hip, Eisted said it was, quote, like jumping out of a 5-story building. And to cap things off, a German star, Nick Scholes, won Best Trick Big Bike with a backflip tsunami right there. And after 6 games of the KHL season,
I'm done with this. No. This is child abuse. This is abuse of the next generation. Anytime people got to get on a bicycle and launch it 7 meters in the air to make money so they can buy some food and biscuits, that's child abuse. That's total child abuse. I disagree with all of this. Hell no. Nah. Yeah. But it's important. What road are you on? I'm not on the road where you force children to become hookers and try to kill themselves with bicycles. I grew up with a BMX and we did tricks and stuff, but we was not that dumb. No, we weren't that desperate. We had parents that had food and houses. We didn't need to get on a bike and try to kill ourselves to make some money. So when the road happens, you got a bunker to go hide in. No. I don't do that one. But that's important. I like that news. That's important to global conflict. Why? Because anytime you have a world where children need to get on a metal machine with the damn metal pedals that hit your shins and like try to murder you, jump off a ramp, do flips and tricks and throw the bike over and try to land on your feet like a cat, try to land on some tires. Nope. That's not a good world. Nope, that is not the world we need to build. No, that is not hope and change. That is more struggle and violence and people killing themselves to get on TV. Nope. Now, I mean, if this is what you want to do, I'm equal opportunity though. If you really just born and you don't have like born in your mama's womb, you don't have a conflict and warrior genes on, I gotta figure out how to jump this bike and do a flip and counter turn, fly, land, pick my nose and wipe it on the handlebar, land, throw the bike between my legs and land so I can make some money. No, unless you're born that way. But I think when we take care of them, I think mothers, when they have food, they have security, they have houses. I don't know, when you treat the creators of your species better than we treat cockroaches, they got a house to stay in, somebody paying the bills, they got a little heat. Little heat in the winter, little air conditioning in the summer. They don't have to go to work and struggle and have all these executives and vice presidents try to sleep with them past their wives. I think when women don't have struggle when they got babies don't grow up to be cowboys that ride BMXs that try to kill themselves to make some money because they got to get fame. I don't know, just me. Could just be me. I don't know. Could be me. I'm on the road to take care of the people in your species that are creating the next generation of your species. I'm kind of on that road. I think that's a good road to be on. Otherwise, we're going to be on this road right here, looking out for them, looking out for the cannibals. Hell no. Oh, we did crazy stunts, though. We did do some crazy stunts, but we had limitations. We used to get the bricks. We put the bricks in the circle, and then we put the, get an old piece of plywood, put it there. And we never had good plywood. I don't know why my father, you know what, he was kind of dangerous. Because he didn't like go to the hardware store. We had 84 lumber. He never went and got us fresh plywood that's strong with ply strength. We go in the woods and find some old beaten up, broken down, decaying piece of plywood, put it on top of 2 or 3 center blocks, and then go up the hill and kind of start riding down. We're going to hit the ramp. And then every now and then you had that crazy kid. Oh, you had that crazy one. He'd come in. Because it was a guy, I forgot his name. He came out of California, actually. I don't know why we're talking about California all the damn time. He came out of California. He competed in the BMX. And one summer, he came and stayed in the neighborhood. And we did what kids used to do. We'd ride around the neighborhood, and we saw a bike. We said, yo, y'all see that bike? Damn, that's an expensive bike. It was a mongoose. Y'all remember the mongoose? I was like, what? Because I'm on my bike. And I had an expensive bike at the time. It probably cost like $50. I didn't repaint it, bent the frame, did all kind of stuff to it. And we kind of sitting here, hey, it's a kid in the neighborhood because it's an expensive bike in front of that yard. So we went up there. We weren't scared of nothing. We went up, knocked on the door. Hey, mister, is there a kid in here? Damn it, we need to play. He's got a bike. He said, yeah, hang on. We got him. Well, he competed in the BMX. And he came down there and he said, oh, your ramp isn't high enough. You only got 2 center blocks. Let's do 3. And he went and hit that ramp and he flipped around and did something and landed. I was just like, nope. I was like, that ain't happening. It's like, you got it. You won, brother. He was a little white kid too. You won. You got it, bro. You got it. You got it. Nope. You got that one. Nope. I have too much oppression I need to deal with in my life. I got too many. I need these legs. I need these legs and arms and stuff. This is conflict world. You might make some money flipping and jumping off a bike doing crazy stuff. You might make some money with that. I don't have that kind of privilege. I got privileges. Don't get me wrong. I got some nice black privileges and Fort Washington, Maryland privileges, and grew up in Prince George's County where you had the most wealthiest traders, sellout black people on the planet. Yeah, I didn't grew up there. I didn't have them privileges. Programming privilege, I had all them. I did not have break your legs and be paraplegic for the rest of your life and you're going to be okay privilege. I did not have that privilege. So I didn't hit that ramp. I had struggles in my life. It wasn't those kind of struggles. I went to school, people carrying guns and Southeast DC gangs and crack cocaine, all that stuff, but I did not have to hit the ramp and do some flips, got to try to make some money privilege. I was like, I'm going to go home. I'm going to go home. We had some common sense. We had a little bit of common sense back then. I just think it's wrong. But he had a love for it. He had a love for it, so if that's your love, you need to go do that, you need to do it. I'm all about free the human race. You need to free the human race. Let the humans go do what they need to do. Let me see. Bruce Lipton must have seen the West Wing episode. I don't watch West Wing. I'm sorry, Key. I don't watch West Wing. Maybe if I need to, let me know. I blame the parents if their children aren't priority. As a single mom, my son was everything. As a result, he's very well adjusted and successful young man. Well, thank you, Jamie. I appreciate it. I don't blame the parents. I mean, sometimes the parents have their piece of it. But you got a lot of parents that work 3, 4, 5 jobs. They were given their own little epigenetic conflict warrior gene issues that they have. I blame the society. We're the ones who can do something about it. A lot of parents don't have a lot of resources. They don't have a lot of time, but we do. You know what I'm saying? As a society, we can say, no, you should not have a society where people got to do the things they do to have the rights of a muskrat. I think that's so. The parents play their role. But you don't have to worry about that, Jamie, because Joe Biden's going to take care of that. Joe Biden, he's got that covered. He's got it covered. He's going to get in there and teach them parents how to raise them kids. You poor parents have no idea how to raise. They ain't never raised children ever. Freaky Joe going to get there and show you what to do with the kids. All right. All our money goes to Israel. Yeah, it does, Eileen, and not a dime of it should go anywhere. Anywhere. Not when we got starving people, cannibals in this nation looking to prey on the people, cannibals like Monsanto and Pfizer and all the rest of them. The money needs to stay right here. You need to get the CDC on the cause center of the actual diseases. Big corporations need to get them after them. The cause of every disease in America is Democrats and Republicans. You need to get to the Center for Disease Control, but not really on them because to a degree, they're just a piece of the system, right? The system has to come down. And I'm supporting the government today. So yeah, no, it's not them. It's not them. It's us. The Center for Disease Control needs to do a broadcast right now and explain to Americans, you are the cause of all the diseases. Stop buying sugar. Stop shopping at your local Walmarts. Stop going to your Targets. Please stop spraying pesticides because you're trying to kill the Pachysandra at Mama's house. Yes, my brother, he still got me on that one. I was about to choke him. You're going to spray some Roundup on Pachysandra? What the hell wrong with you? Most of the people here like, what is he even talking about right now? I don't even know it. My gardener friends, they know what Pachysandra is. The rest of y'all have no idea. Y'all see Pachysandra, you probably spraying it with Roundup too. The CDC needs to do that. That's what the CDC needs to do if they was actually trying to fight some disease, but they get too much money for it. They wouldn't have sustainable retirements if there were no diseases. That's the problem with making industry out of mental illnesses and problems. All right, Aviation Authority. Is it Aviation Authority, Stacy? Thank you. It's the Federal Aviation Authority. Well, first of all, the federal government's supposed to be there for the people, and so they're not federal. Aviation, I agree with. And authority, that's interesting. Do you have authority over things you don't control? Do you have any authority over the anti-gravity aircraft flying around? Do you have any authority if you don't interview any of the whistleblowers who say they work with that technology and the American government's keeping it from the American people? It means you have no authority. So you're going to change the name. They're not the FAA. They're the FANA. FANA from now on. FANA. A needs and gift economy, one for all. Yes, Brother Ron, please tell them about a gift-based society, resource-based society. That's what you do when you're sentient. Our food could be sustainable. Yes, it can, Kim, if we actually were yoga. Not do yoga. Y'all can do yoga all day. You can sweat and get funky and fat because you ate the ultimate Whopper before you went to yoga class, but that's not yoga. Yoga's total sensing. And if you're total sensing, then you're trying to feed the people that got empty bellies. We need yoga. Yoga is a lifestyle. It is not a action. It's a lifestyle. We need lifestyles of yoga, total sensing, everything, everybody, and increasing that sensing. Not and avoiding people trying to limit that sense. Oh, you can sense everything, but not those people. You need to sense everybody. We need to grow up. 50,000 GMC workers on strike in America, and they should be, Daniel, but for the right reasons, not the wrong reasons. They should be on strike not for more money. They should be on strike because we should have all electric cars and we shouldn't be destroying the planet with trying to fight for oil. They should be protesting, and they should be protesting for a resource-based economy. Because a lot of the people love making the cars, and they'd make electric cars. They do it for free. As long as they had food, a house, and some vacations they can go on, be free. That's what I'm all about, free the human race. Resource-based economy, gift-based economy, Venus Project, Zeitgeist Movement, Ubuntu Movement, I'm all about that. But keeping conflict Earth, staying on this road to the end of human civilization, not interested in that. So much more important to all agree on everything and feel good about ourselves than to address the actual facts. That's what I think. I know, Patricia, that's all that matters. If we agree, get in our identity, agree with some other pod people, and we all feel good about ourselves, we can fight everybody else until the world ends. Calling other countries S-holes, tells a whole story of greed and selfishness. It does, Lori, and that's why I like it. I like it. I don't want a president that tells me how good I feel about myself, like Patricia just said. I want a president to tell me the truth. We're killers, we're murderers, we're rapers, we're thieves. Wall Street is a black market. We got work to do. I like that. Oh, we suck. That's what I want. I want a president to run on 2020, we suck. If we can get someone to run on that, then we have medieval conditions being created in our nation, and we actually could take care of everybody. I need somebody to tell the truth. Tell me the truth. Then we can do something. We can fix something. But you get somebody in there to tell us how great we are, nothing's going to change. People have to accept the reality that we are the Fourth Reich, and we need to fix it. We really have to lift our consciousness to a much higher degree. That's the only thing that'll work. Yes, we do, Christine, consciousness. You got to free the people so they can focus on their sixth sensing, not their 5 survival senses before we get to this road. The Nazis never died. They just changed the names and tactics. Yes, they did, Daniel, and we hired most of them. They now work. They and their models work for the federal government. And that's where NASA actually came from. Planetary psychosis. Yes, Jeannie, we are suffering from a planetary psychosis. The Dems have nothing to offer besides talking impeachment. Right, Ivana, and that's why they love Trump. I try to tell people that, listen, the DNC loves Trump because it means they don't have to change anything. They can stay corrupt and keep us on this road. If they actually had somebody in office that was talking about real issues, then they'd have a problem, right? But not, as long as they got somebody that's emotional, you got one side that totally hates them, the other side that totally loves them. Both the GOP and DNC don't have to change anything. So they absolutely love him in office. Do not fool anybody. They do not want to impeach him, and they're not even going to try. They're going to talk about it because it's emotional, it's ego-driven, and it keeps everybody not focused on the American starving and the people in other countries living under bombs. All right. I got to get going. Listen, this is Gerard. Love y'all to death. Y'all have a great day. I am out of here. Bye-bye.